Okay, a quick movie review for She Runs Shotgun with Taron Egerton. The movie follows the themes of loyalty, redemption, unconditional love, and the impact of violence on a child. Basically, Taron Egerton's an ex-con. He just got out, but he's basically on the run because he betrayed his gang he was part of because he didn't really want to be part of it, but he took their protection while he was inside. It's a big no-no. And there's something called the green light that's on him. And the little girl, who's very good in this, I do have to give it to her. 11-year-old daughter, Polly. One day, Edgerton shows up to pick her up, and it's revealed that the mom was killed. She kind of thinks he did it, but she finds out no, it was this gang. And they're trying to get out of the country. And it's this, you've seen this story before. Like The Professional, although they're not, that's not his daughter, but just definitely influenced by The Professional a little bit. Leon the Professional. I did like the movie, but you've seen it all before. It's like 2 hours long. I think it could be you could definitely cut some out of the movie. But high stakes journey across New Mexico, blending gritty crime thriller elements with a heartful father-daughter bonding narrative. And that's the best part of the movie, is them together. I'm not sure I buy exactly that in the end she really loves him. He's a pretty terrible dad. At one point he robs a gas station to get cash, because they need cash to get across the border. He basically kills a guy in front of her, but that guy is trying to kill him, so to be fair. So there's parts of it I don't quite buy, but I do think Taylor Edgerton's really good. Taron Egerton is really good in this. I know he was the guy that's in The Golden Circle and those movies, which I wasn't really into those movies. But, I only watched the first one. I actually really did not like the first one, because Samuel L. Jackson incredibly annoying in that movie with his weird accent. But, yeah, I did like the movie. It's flawed, you've seen it before. I think that's the main negative thing I have. There's corrupt cops, there's this corrupt sheriff, and he runs this thing called Slab Town, which they make drugs there. The guy who plays the corrupt sheriff, I thought was really good, so I'll give the movie that. But yeah, it's 2 hours long. Some people like No Country for Old Men. Yeah, a little bit. And it's not nearly as good as that movie. The direction it's fine. I don't think it's anything amazing. I looked at this guy's past movies. I don't think I've seen any of them. And they keep talking about the god of Slaptown, and he's just some guy. Well, the guy that played him's really good, though, I thought. Like the scene where the guy is running drugs through his land. They're in his stomach because he swallows them, and basically he's like, look, like you're not worth anything to me alive. You're worth more dead. So I'm gonna have to cut it out of you. And that scene's pretty brutal. But it's just, I don't quite understand, and this is spoilers because it's kind of hard to talk about the movie without talking about the ending. Like the good cop, this Asian guy, you know, you think maybe he's dirty, but I pretty much knew he was clean. And then his partner is dirty, of course, which I kind of guessed because his partner's like, look, I don't want to know anything about the god of Slabtown, and he's like, it's none of my business. And it's like, okay, so you're probably dirty, and he is. And then he shows up to the room where he's hiding Polly because he's sending Edrican off to go kill the god of Slabtown, and if he does that, then he'll let him disappear. He even gives him like a fake ID and some cash and I don't know, a passport but the guy shows up, and of course, he's a dirty cop. And of course there's this hint of racism in the movie because, they're all a bunch of white racists, and I don't know, the movie doesn't really get into that much, but it's just like I've seen this movie so many times, it just gets a little old. But I don't know, maybe I thought the performances were really good. The little girl, it's very sad. She's, it doesn't have a good life. Her mother, who she loved, was killed. They never show the mother though, which is a choice. I mean, I don't know. I guess there's no point to, because she gets killed right in the beginning. But yeah, she's very good. She's very good at showing emotion. But yeah, she's kind of, dealt a bad deck, and the dad's, he's trying. I mean, it's sad that the mother was killed, and he blames himself for it, and he knows that he's a massive, he's messed up his life, but he wants to make a better life for her, and he thinks he could do it if he crosses the border into Mexico. Which, even the cop says to him, hey, it won't matter because the cartels will work with this guy and kill you. But so I don't know, maybe the best thing would be just to disappear, and then she goes to foster care, which spoilers in the end is what happens. Just kind of like, really, you're just gonna kill him? Like, he just gets killed in the end in a shootout with the god of Slabtown, which they say a number of times, which I thought was annoying. And I keep complaining about the movie, but I did enjoy it. There's a pretty good chase scene when they steal this guy's car, Dodge Charger. I like the scene when they're in the restaurant and the little girl knows how to do math better than he does because she's actually like a good student and she likes school. He obviously was a terrible student and hates school. I like that scene. But I was just like, really? You're just gonna kill him after all of this? And then she just goes to a foster home? I mean, so in the end, maybe he should have just, slipped out to Mexico. I mean, I don't know, I guess you abandon your daughter, but it's like, yeah, but dude, you have a green light on your head, It's like every gang in America or whatever in this area, I think it's New Mexico, is looking for you. Because that probably even pisses off other gangs who are, whatever, Mexican mafia or whatever. I mean, it probably pisses them off too, because they're like, well, we don't want our people doing that. We give them protection while they're inside. And then he ended up killing a guy, and then he was released. And they're like, we don't want that to happen, so... But that was just like, really? You're just gonna kill him? I don't know, I didn't really like that ending. I didn't. I mean, her in the foster home in the end, and she's dancing with the other girls, is kind of an emotional scene, because she says to her dad, he's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she first says I think like a biologist, marine biologist. But then she's like, no, actually a dancer. But yeah, I just didn't like the ending that much when they kill him. Because I was just kind of like, he should have killed the god of Slabtown. But I think he's basically using him as like a human shield. And then the guy's shooting. And then they end up killing both of them. So it was all kind of for nothing. I don't know. I'd say it's a good movie, but you could easily cut 15 minutes out of it. And I do have some complaints, because you have seen this before. You definitely have. Yeah, the highlights of the father-daughter dynamic is part of the movie. Some people are comparing it to Paper Moon. I've never seen that. Yeah, the title, She Rides Shotgun, that's the little girl. And he does put her in very dangerous situations, like a shootout when he's robbing the liquor store or the gas station. I mean, you know, she's lucky she doesn't get killed, but yeah, that's about it though. If you do me a favor, smash that like button. That'd be great. I mean, it received generally favorable reviews, 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. Praised for its performances and emotional stakes, but noted for lacking originality. Yeah. The emotion's there. I just think the script could have been a little more original. Metacritic 73 out of 100. A gritty thriller grounded in powerful emotional stakes. That's a review from Rotten Tomatoes. The subplot in the local gang may be forgettable, but the father-daughter relationship will stick with you. And it says, yeah, Anna Sophia Hegger is why the movie was great. She spoke volumes with any dialogue. I'd agree with that. Definitely an actress to look out for, because she's a really good actress. Especially she's only 11. You know, that's hard to do. You know, when you're using child actors, it usually doesn't turn out that well. I mean, no offense to them, it's hard. You know, it's hard for them to have the emotional depth, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's about it. See you next time.